Night, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to another episode of What's Next with myself, the UTOM chairman to the Progressive Empowerment Party, as well as the shadow member of Parliament for Laventille East Movement, and I'm joined by Precious Cruikshank. How are you, Precious?
Good night, David Welch. I'm doing well, thank you. And how are you?
I'm well.
Nice. Good night to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and good night to all our viewers that is viewing us tonight on What's Next. Now, we have some great stories in store, and also, you know, today's our anniversary, David.
Yeah.
Wait,
when you
back
say
it
it like that, when you say it like that, I mean, I do have a ring on my finger, but it's not the correct finger tonight.
Exactly.
Right.
It is the anniversary of the Progressive Empowerment Party. It is our 6th year anniversary.
Correct. And the party actually released a statement, at least from the political leader, Philip Edward Alexander, and we'll get to that tonight. But, you know, for tonight, look what we have. Yeah, we have...
Upside down.
Oh, shucks. We have What's Next cards, people.
Yes.
This is cool, all right? We have What's Next cue cards
That's right.
for tonight that will detail the entire show as we go along today. But we have started at 8 o'clock because we want to use 8 o'clock at least as our new time for What's Next from 8 to 9. Now we are trying out to see what timing would be the best timing for us here on What's Next, both for Precious and myself, all right? Now, Precious, I think you should go ahead and read that statement from the political leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party, all right?
Should we read it now?
So, as Precious said, the Progressive Empowerment Party was celebrating 6 long years. Activists in Trinidad and Tobago standing up for the people in Trinidad and Tobago.
That is correct.
So, Precious, take it away.
All right, guys. So if you didn't see the statement of our political leader, he wrote these statements this afternoon on our social media pages. So it is as follows: statement by the political leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party as we celebrate 6 years of serving the people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. 6 years ago, decades of activism and lifetimes of service came together in the formation of the most formidable political movement in the history of this country. A movement built on unmasking the secret groups behind the politics of race that looted this country and pauperized its citizens. The Progressive Empowerment Party launched with a manifesto of 21 policies that are themselves revolutionary, offering easy to understand workable solutions to everything from water distribution and home ownership to responsive and professional public health and an education system that finally leaves no child behind. David, could you continue? You were going to make me read this entire thing.
Well, yeah, I was going to make you read the entire thing, all right? Disconnected from contract mafias that finance the twin faces of the political cancer that has divided and conquered this country and its people. The Progressive Empowerment Party has been consistent and persistent in the push to prove that you do not need or you did not need office to serve you. Well, I would differ there. But Philip Edward Alexander and the Philip Will Fix It slogan has gone its length and breadth through Trinidad and Tobago, and when you see a sign in your area saying Philip Will Fix It, you know that the problem is going to be fixed, all right? Now, out of all of this, today on January 18, 2023, we celebrate our 6th anniversary as the official political party, and we thank all our members, supporters, volunteers, helpers, team leaders, and those who have helped with whatever financial support they could muster to keep the movement free from any financiers or political investors and or speculators, sorry, this coming Saturday, we rededicate our headquarters to God, country, and purpose. Now, you are also invited to come on down here at our head office at number 16 to 17 Victoria Square Park Street, Port of Spain. All right, you are invited to come down here, Trinidad and Tobago, one people under one flag. This by the political leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party, Philip Edward Alexander, as he also celebrates his birthday yesterday. So it's ironic. That's why people say it's the Philip Empowerment Party.
But anyway. It's not, guys. It's not. It's the Progressive Empowerment Party, headed by our political leader, Mr. Philip Edward Alexander. And of course, our leader has vision. And who would not want to follow someone who has the vision for the future? Obviously.
I need a water, you know. Because what we're now going to get into Trinidad and Tobago is...
Wait, we had to take off the we're not promoting anything.
Okay, so what we're now going to get into is the real news of today, Trinidad and Tobago. This is the front page of your Express newspaper today, and it reads, Kangaloo resigns.
Correct.
Now they put, and this is how mischievous the newspapers can be, and news in Trinidad and Tobago can be. They put Kangaloo resign. However, when you turn to the front page, well, the first page, the headline is Kangaloo quits Senate. Which one did she do? She quit or she resigned? Which one?
We don't know. It's just
now that is just how ridiculous our newspapers are in Trinidad and Tobago. The front page says Kangaloo resigns. Now look at the front page.
And then the other said she quits.
Kangaloo resigns. And then the other says, in the same newspaper, Kangaloo quits. So I really want to know which one she did. Did she quit or did she resign? Which one?
Which one is actually true?
But regardless of, Christine Kangaloo has, well, she's transitioning from Senate to President, from Senate President to President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes. Soon she'll be known as Christine Kangaloo, or TT, to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Chief Command of the Armed Forces. Yes. I almost forget what the president does do there. Yes, first Paula just send the office into some level of disrepute. But soon you'll be referring to Christine Kangaloo as the president, the 7th official president to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and I believe the first female. I think, as I don't want to say old, but she's almost one of the oldest, is it youngest or oldest? I think sworn in as the oldest president, female president of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, the meeting of the Electoral College is scheduled to be held on Friday. So she's not yet the president, but she's preparing to be the president.
Yeah.
Because history has shown Trinidad and Tobago that no matter what, whoever the government chooses to be the president or selected to be the president is going to be voted in as the president in the Electoral College. That is democracy for you. But while it is Christine Kangaloo is scheduled to be president and she resigned officially from the Senate today, Trinidad and Tobago, not today, but yesterday, Mr. Nigel De Freitas is now Senate President, and Rishi, who, well, Senator Rishi now, let me be respectful, Senator Rishi is now an appointed senator in the House, in the upper house. Now, Rishi is, well, I don't know, I should say former too, I guess he resigned too, maybe he quit, but he is also, or was, the head or the president of the Chaguanas Business Chamber of Commerce. Now I have the video of that today, Trinidad and Tobago, because today he was sworn in and today Senate elected a new president. So Director, just take us to that video inside of the Senate, please.
Honourable members, in accordance with Standing Order 42M of the Senate, I now invite proposals for the office of President of the Senate.
Mr. Clerk, I propose that Mr. Nigel De Freitas do take the chair of this Senate as President. Senator De Freitas is no longer a Minister of Government.
Do I have a seconder?
Mr. Clerk, I beg to second that nomination.
Are there any other proposals? There be no further proposals. I now declare Mr. Nigel De Freitas, Senator Nigel De Freitas, the duly elected President of the Senate.
Honorable Senators, the sitting will be suspended to allow for the President to be robed. Excuse me. Excuse me. I do apologize. I would like to remind the Senate that I am on my feet and thank you so much. Honorable Senators, the sitting will be suspended to allow for the President to be robed and assume the chair. I now invite the Marshal to escort the President to be robed.
Honorable Senators, I have received the following correspondence from Her Excellency the President, Paula May Weeks, ORTT. The Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, by Her Excellency Paula May Weeks, ORTT, President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, to Senator the Honorable Christine Kangaloo. Whereas, by the provisions of Section 43(2)(e) of the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the President, in exercise of the power vested in her and acting in accordance with the advice of the Prime Minister, is empowered to declare the seat of a senator to be vacant. Now, therefore, I, Paula May Weeks, President as aforesaid, acting in accordance with the advice of the Prime Minister, in exercise of the power vested in me by the said Section 43(2)(e) of the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, do hereby declare the seat of you, Christine Kangaloo, to be vacant with effect from the 17th of January 2023, given under my hand and the seal of the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago at the office of the President St. Anne's this 17th day of January 2023. Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, by Her Excellency Paula May Weeks, ORTT, President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, to Mr. Richie Sukai. In exercise of the power vested in me by Section 42A of the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, I, Paula May Weeks, President as aforesaid, acting in accordance with the advice of the Prime Minister, do hereby appoint you, Richie Sukai, Senator, given under my hand and the seal of the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago at the office of the President St. Anne's this 17th day of January 2023. Honorable Senators, the Senator is required to take the oath.
I, Richie Sukai, have been appointed a Member of Parliament, do swear by the Holy Bhagavad Gita that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law and will conscientiously and impartially discharge the responsibilities of the people of Trinidad and Tobago upon which I am about to enter.
All right, so that there, Trinidad and Tobago was Senate. Today, Rishi, former business or maybe business, I don't know where he is right now, but he's senator right now, Senator Rishi. For those of you that really questioning or don't know the powers of the Senate president, the Constitution requires the Senate to elect a president to serve as presiding officer, okay? The Senate president is authorized the Senate President is also authorized to preside over the Senate, sign legislations, and issue the oath of office to new senators that may come in. The Senate President is also second in line of succession to the presidency ahead of the Speaker of the House of Representatives. All right? So that is what a Senate President is, and a senator obviously is one that debates on laws and legislations that is moved from the House of Representatives up to the upper house that we call the Senate. In the United States, with the kind of federal system, we call that the Congress and stuff like that, all right? In Trinidad and Tobago, it's known as the Senate. And the Senate then passes laws and legislations to send up to the president to be either proclaimed or the president just send it back. Parliament weeks have a history of just proclaiming laws and legislations, such as retroactive laws and legislations in this country.
Exactly.
Who knows what would happen with this new Senate president? What's her name? Kangaloo.
Yes, let's see what the future holds, yes?
Let's see. I saw a meme, and I don't mean to dawn on the meme right now, but I saw a meme with someone on Facebook saying that the kangaroo is missing from the zoo.
Wow. Okay.
It's so ridiculous. But anyway, so when we come back, we're going to deal with some more serious matters, Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, just yesterday, and if you in your Guardian or Express or whatever today, you would see where cops killed 2 Facebook bandits in Barataria. When we come back, we'll talk about that. And also relief for Kylie's family. We have a picture of Kylie there on the system. It's Kylie Maloney. After she was shot and killed, she was shot in her chest a couple days ago. And the family has relief as someone was charged for murder. Now this comes after I think there was missing a signature or something like that, so he wasn't charged at that time. But today he was charged for murder. His name is Aaron Gando. Yeah, he was expected in court and he's being charged for murder. A sense of relief at the very least, if nothing else. We have some closure at this moment. Those are the words from Trisha Maloney, grandmother of, the 6-year-old Kylie Maloney, after learning that a 25-year-old man had been charged with murder of her granddaughter. All right, so Aaron Gando, or is A.K.A. Gando London, is Damarie Hill, Sangre Grande, all the way from Sangre Grande. He was charged with murder, as well as 3 charges of wounding with intent. He was also charged with the offense of possession of a firearm and possession of ammunition. London was expected to appear before the senior magistrate, Chief is Ralph, in Sangre Grande Magistrate First Court yesterday. However, up to last night, the details of his appearance were not known. As far as I know, they missed a signature or something like that, so they had to go and get it and charge him today. Maybe they didn't want to charge him. But really for this young girl's family, I don't even know what to say. This is just gruesome. He deserves the death penalty in my book.
I agree. At least someone is being charged. I forgot this child's name who got shot in Enterprise by a bullet. No justice for him.
Yeah.
All right. So
what was his name again for real?
I'll get it. But at least someone
is. Went to the vigil.
Yes, someone is being charged for this reckless negligence or this kill. He had no care when he ran into that house. He didn't care who he shot.
Well, this is just terrible, because on page 8 of, I feel like I'm doing a morning show because it's in night and I'm looking at the papers. But on page 8, 4-month-old baby found dead. Carolyn Kissoon. Well, this is from Carolyn Kissoon from this Express, right?
Yeah.
Right. just children going missing, children being found dead. And then the Prime Minister saying no free for all. Defense policy on news conference. This is what pertaining to COVID.
Yeah.
Damn well right, no free for all, because he alone touching the country money. But anyway, Trinidad and Tobago, when we come back, we're going to talk about a lot more. This one, consumers have power to choose. You know that story? Consumer have power to choose.
Really? How? I think that is incorrect. How do they have the power to choose when they don't have the money?
You know, it's monopolization taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, and this is.
They had to take what they get, what they could afford, not what they could.
Well, she talking about Paula Gopi's school. She's talking about food prices here, and food prices escalating out of control.
Exactly. We don't have the power to choose. We have to it's basically you have to take what you could afford, what you could get, and what you could get right now is not what you could afford, because the prices that we are seeing in these supermarkets are sky high. I saw you post a post on social media of the price of milk, of baby milk, $200 and something, $400 and something. The consumer don't have the choice.
Look at it, $230, and they lock away the milk too.
Exactly, they don't have the choice. If they had the choice to choose, they can't, because they cannot afford it.
Imagine that. Look at the prices of those things now. $230, and they lock away the cage as well. So you can't just go in and choose what you want.
Exactly.
You gotta cash it.
And
then they come in to open it and give it, or they will go in the back and pull out one that's already in the back there.
Or close to expiry date,
this is crazy in Trinidad. Just now bread will be $1,000. Honestly, just now bread will be $1,000. So the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the minister actually, they put ministry here, Ministry of Trade and Industry, Paula Gopi School, as though she's in ministry. So I mean, I'm going with the newspapers now. That's why I doesn't read newspaper.
Needs to add it.
The Minister of Trade and Industry, Paula Gopi School, says that she is disappointed. Look,
what is she disappointed about?
Director, take that break.
Wow.
Darren's Air Conditioning Services. Professional services at affordable prices. They have air conditioning units starting at $2,700 with free delivery, installation, and Wi-Fi ready. We supply Pioneer, Lennox, Comfy, and Infinity, all at unbeatable prices. Servicing of a 12,000 BTU at only $150. Don't forget to check them out on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So contact Darren's Air Conditioning Services at 749-8245. Darren's Air Conditioning Services. Professional services at affordable prices.
Safe, caring senior care living facility where your family becomes our family. Our experienced caregivers are trained and overseen by our registered nurse who has years of experience in psychiatric nursing and working with geriatrics. We provide a safe living environment for your loved ones. Come and visit us. We are located at 4 Roads in Diego Martin, Arichella Homes. We are family. View us on Facebook at Rachel Holmes. Contact us at 684-2873 or 468-3186.
All right, welcome back on the Inside Trinidad and Tobago. It is actually 26 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. I swear to God, I feel like I'm doing a morning show. Anyway, but
all I'm missing is the coffee.
All I'm missing is the coffee.
Yeah,
the coffee. All right, so the public on high food prices, we can't tighten belts anymore.
Yep.
The conversation should be that you cannot vote for the PNM anymore because it's the PNM's problem. This is because of the People's National Movement. The Progressive Empowerment Party, and again in our 21 policies here, our manifesto, we always speak about food. In fact, food, as Philip has always said, is a matter of national security. We need to recognize food sustainability as important as national security. Now, put up the pictures once again that this is at Maritime. This is at Maritime Plaza, and the prices for these things $230. It went from $215 to $230.
Yeah.
This is baby milk. This is baby formula. Imagine if baby formula is that price. How poor people surviving in Trinidad and Tobago?
They are absolutely
How poor mothers
not
making out?
They are not, David. That's the reality. They are not making out. I mean, we can't turn a blind eye. People are suffering within our society, and it's heartbreaking, but yet this is the reality that we face in Trinidad and Tobago. And until people want to see different by doing different, by voting differently, what is our future? That's our fate.
Clearly, this is the People's National Movement not caring about the people of this country. Once again, the Prime Minister of this country has failed to look after the people's need. If the Trade Minister, Paula Gopi-Schoon, is recognizing that there's a problem in terms of grocery prices skyrocket high, when around the world food prices are not as high as it is in Trinidad and Tobago, she recognizes there's a problem, but she don't know how to deal with the problem. The way that she sees to deal with the problem is by saying that you have a choice. Imagine that. She's Minister of Trade. And the way that she deals with the problem, Trinidad and Tobago, is by telling you that you have a choice. What is the choice that Trinidad and Tobago have right now? To move from Port of Spain to go down to Miaro to shop somewhere else? Exactly. What is the choice? What is the choice? What is the choice that the people have when food prices are escalating out of control? When you allow monopolization to take place in this country? When you allow price gouging to take place in Trinidad and Tobago? And don't tell me the president of the Supermarket Association, he loved to come to say that there's no price gouging, there's no monopolization, there's no this, there's no that taking place with any of his supermarket chains. When we go around places and we see that they're locking away cheese and they're locking away baby formula and they're locking all of these things away because it's so expensive that people can thief it. They don't want people to thief it, right?
Yeah.
You see the problem in Trinidad and Tobago when food prices go up and up and up, and the cost of living is not going up in Trinidad and your salary is not going up in Trinidad and Tobago, and the cost of living is skyrocketing out of control. What you expect? Crime, criminality. Just now it would be just traversing from here to Port of Spain. From Port of Spain to Port of Spain is already $6, exactly. And then right there it could go up to $7, it could go up to $8. And they're not doing anything about it.
Absolutely anything about it. And I mean, if someone's hourly salary rate is what? Is $17.50, and the cost the basic necessity of food surpasses just an hourly rate. Look at bread. Bread is almost,
you could say bread is $20. You work 1 whole hour just to buy bread. Remember that,
No, you have to work a whole hour.
Regardless of, you're working a whole hour just to buy bread. And that's not going to cover the cost of traveling to go and get the bread.
Exactly.
It's not. The cost of living is rising in Trinidad and Tobago, and the Prime Minister says nothing. You know what the Prime Minister does? The Prime Minister of this country raises the pension for the President and all of the members inside of that Red House, inside the Parliament, both senators, independent senators, and all of them. They get a bigger increase for pension. Well, you had to work until you're 65. Work until you're dead just to get $3,500.
And not just that, no, work until they get sick and then die. Because the work that people have to do, people are working 2 to 3 jobs just to survive, just to provide for their family. And yes, people say, well, it happens all around the world.
It doesn't happen around the world. The fact is that this Prime Minister needs to resign. Prime Minister Rowley needs to call an election today. We don't want a substitute from you to no other PNM stooge inside of the PNM. We want the PNM to go. Keith Rowley and his whole administration must go, and it must be replaced by us.
By the Progressive Empowerment Party.
They must be. And
they will recognize that 21 policy.
No, they really do need to recognize that.
The Progressive Empowerment Party, guys, have a plan. If you didn't get a chance to read the plans, the 21 policies, you can get a copy of it. It's online. You can get it hard copy. Take it up, read it. Don't just receive it and just say, this ain't gonna work. It will work. Give it a chance to work. And that's what we don't like. We don't like change in Trinidad and Tobago. I think Trinidadians are afraid of change. They fear change, but change is nothing to be fearful about. If change is good and is going to bring positive results, why fear it? And consistently, the Progressive Empowerment Party has been giving you the information that you need in order for you to make the right choice and in order for you to consider changing this depressing government and worse yet, a depressing opposition, and put the Progressive Empowerment Party in the position to apply these 21 policies to make life and the standard of living within our country a better one.
Listen, this is a government of scandal, you know. Keith Rowley administration is the administration of scandal. From the Red House, and you're putting up $500 million structure and the roof falling. Not just that, but you brought a sanctioned aircraft and sanctioned people, PDVSA team, into Trinidad and Tobago.
Let's not forget that, you know.
He did all of that.
During COVID, you know.
During COVID.
Okay,
not just that, but you collapsed the sea bridge of Trinidad and Tobago, forcing nationals on a boat to try and jump across to another boat while cutting off Tobago completely from any kind of resources. And that is why the people of Tobago also voted you out. He's a man that rented a boat. Nidco and them rent a boat, $1 million a day. The Jean de la Valette, $1 million a day, Trinidad and Tobago. While you can't get grants and proper grants and to feed your family. He is the man that called a state of emergency and locked down this country for so much a month. So much. And not giving people grants, not giving people anything. And I hope the people of Trinidad and Tobago does not forget that. Does not forget that. He does not care about anyone but himself. The first time Keith Rowley was ever Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, he made a phone call to Trump. A $6 million phone call to Trump. Not just that, but he said that the vehicles smelling like vomit and Kamla this and Kamla that and Kamla the other. He did that. Keith Christopher Rowley. This Prime Minister that we have today, that we gave a second term to, does not care about you at all, Trinidad and Tobago. He does not care. And it is time to vote for different. It is time to vote for change and real change and not exchange. When you go outside and you look at your road, look at your road, look at your healthcare system, look at all of that. This Prime Minister stood up in the Parliament and when we look, and we spoke about this in the last show, when we look in the newspaper and we see this nonsense here on the food, and we're still on the food, we see this nonsense from the Minister of Trade, Paula Gopee-Scoon. She's the Minister of Trade for a reason, you know. She's the Minister of Trade, this woman, Minister of Trade. When your Prime Minister, Paula Gopee-Scoon, stands up in the Parliament and says that America is the thing of the past and China is the thing of the future, the only thing that we're going to be eating in Trinidad and Tobago is cockroaches and lizards and bats and snakes and all, because that's what COVID and Wuhan and all this nonsense come from. Right? That's what we're going to be eating. That's what he wants us to eat, while they eat all the good stuff on top. That is why apples, grapes, and all these things are considered luxurious foods for Colombian birds.
Look at that. Apples and grapes.
What they want you to eat is cockroach, Trinidad and Tobago. That's what they want you to eat. They don't want you to survive in Trinidad and Tobago on good, healthy food. I see a family in the newspaper never eaten in days. There are families that come into us saying that they ain't eaten days, and what are we supposed to do? We're not the government. Paula, shame on you, Paula. This shouldn't even be printed, Paula. That shouldn't be printed. That should not be printed. You need to be fired. You need to resign. You need to step down. Your whole party need to go. Food prices are escalating in Trinidad and Tobago, and your government does nothing. Your government says nothing. The Prime Minister does nothing. The Prime Minister says nothing. He's the head of the National Security Council to Trinidad and Tobago, and crime is out of control. But all he could do is say that Fitzgerald Hines is no longer in the inner circle with the cabinet or whatever in the party. So
what that's supposed to make us feel?
We have no confidence.
We don't care.
We have no confidence
in them. We don't have no confidence in this government, and they just need to change. Remove yourselves. But no, they refuse to do so. You know what I was listening to? I think Akash Samaru, he actually did reports on these people who were affected by the flooding about 6 weeks ago. Up to this day, 90% of the people who are supposed to be receiving grants have not received any grants at all to assist them where they were affected by the flooding. 90%. And you know what was the excuses? That, you know, persons put a contact number that went out of service, and this and minor things, you know. People, I am certainly sure if you go there, if you go to their address where they state they are living, I am sure you are going to find them there. And some of them, they won't be there because they've lost everything. Come on, we need to do better than that. We absolutely can't have people on a runaround in 6 weeks. You know what it's to be in a state where you can't have a place to rest your head for 6 weeks, that you're living by someone else and only thinking you're traumatized by the fact that you don't have a home to call home anymore. We need to help these people. 90% of them have not received any grants at all. These things are supposed to be expedited for these people. Why is it taking so long?
Because the PNM people are the benefit first. That's how it is. The PNM people has had a benefit first, so that they can continue voting for PNM. Because it's a whole cult that we run in here in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, this PNM UNC cult that we are running, where when you're in government, I just secure more people and to hell with everybody else. And that's how it is on both sides. And we say we are one people under one umbrella here to the Progressive Empowerment Party. I don't care that you're black, you're white, you're Negro, you're Indian, you're this, you're that, you're the other. One people under one flag, Trinidad and Tobago must benefit. That's what we say. Trinidad and Tobago must benefit. While it is that you can get water in Mason Hall, but you can't get water in Bagatelle. Why? Why is it people of Laventille, East Mover can get water, but people of San Fernando can't get water the same way?
Thank you very much.
When we're surrounded by water, we are surrounded by water, Trinidad and Tobago. We only have 2 climates here in this country, sun and rain. And you're telling me that throughout the entirety of the year, 365 days in this year, people could only get water, what, twice a month?
And you know what, David, you know what is it's ridiculous. It's that when we went up Lopino and we were talking to the officials for WASO, and they were stating that there is a way to improve how the water flow in that constituency. However, they didn't take that route because if it could happen, take the route, do it properly. What is so wrong by actually doing the thing right? It's like they can't get it right. You rather give people 6 for a 9 instead of giving the people what they deserve, and they deserve proper systems in place. Why you couldn't put a proper system in Lopino that people could have, the entire constituency could have received water?
I'm telling you today, and for those that unaware, the plan by the Progressive Empowerment Party is to scrap the Water and Sewerage Authority. No more WASA. In fact, your member of parliament will be responsible for ensuring that you have water within your area by developing what we call retention ponds within your area.
Correct.
So therefore, you don't have to go to WASA and get the runaround that you're getting from WASA. Go straight to your member of parliament. Go straight to your regional office within your area. We in the Progressive Empowerment Party will develop 5 regional offices within your area. We're talking health, security, utilities, education, and security. All 5 within your area. So if you have a problem, if you have a major problem, if you have a problem with the healthcare system,
Yes.
go straight and report it there. So therefore it will make it easier for your views and your opinions to be expressed inside of the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. And if we do not implement that within the first 100 days of being in office, Trinidad and Tobago, you have the opportunity to recall us. You have the opportunity to fire each and every single one
And
of
David,
us.
the thing is, when we put these things in place, we are going to put competent people who understand the mission, you know. Because what has been the problem sometimes is that you put these things in place, but the people themselves is act too lazy. Trinidadians, I must say, some of us are very lazy, like we don't want to work. But you have to work, you have to be efficient and effective in the position that you have been placed in. You can't say you're in position because you just want position. You have to do the work because the people expect you to do the work, and if you decide you're not doing the work, then get the hell out of the office. Go home and do your errands and do whatever you want to do that pleases you. But when you're in public office, do the people work now. Is it people that is paying you to do it?
When you are there, you are called to serve the people of Trinidad and
Exactly.
Tobago. And service for people is one hell of a
Not
job.
to serve and give me attitude when I come to a pub to receive a public good.
Well, let's get that in public and private too. KFC workers ain't nice. Trinidad and Tobago, stay tuned, Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, coming up next on What's Next, actually, you know, we have our cue cards now.
Yeah.
Coming up next, actually, on What's Next, 2 bandits shot dead by cops in Barataria. We'll talk about that and more right after this break. Stay tuned.
JC Men, Jen Couture and Studio 52, your one-stop shop that meets all your needs. From men's clothing to women's fashion, it's all here under one roof. This is shopping galore and fashion with a difference at Studio 52. Come visit us. We're located at Penco Street, Chaguanas, or call us today at 1868-775-1747.
Lighting welcomes you to our store at 123 Western Main Road, St. James. Trinity Lighting carries a wide range of bulbs such as incandescent, halogen, CFL, and LEDs for any application. We are specialized in light bulbs and parts for medical, marine, residential, and commercial use. Contact us today at 868-628-8373. Our professional team is ready to assist you with all your lighting needs.
Bandits shot by cops in Barataria. But my overlay is not director, please. Yeah, I'll just stick to that. But anyway, 2 bandits shot dead by cops in Barataria, Trinidad and Tobago. I must say kudos to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service for this. Now, ironically, I was in the area at that point in time with the robbery and or the shooting incident between the police officers and the 2 suspects or the 3, because one was held. But it was a sting operation, and I think that we need more sting operations in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to seeing the All Too Wicked woman. I didn't see her.
Yes,
I was really surprised. I was like, what are All Too Wicked people?
And my son was a good boy.
And my son, he's a good boy. And ironically, these, I don't know what's going on with Laventille East Movement, because these people come out of Laventille East Movement to go and rob people, of their own money,
Exactly.
For buying a car. They're bringing down the name of, they're bringing down the name of Mover,
I agree.
I mean, Laventille had a stigma, but Laventille East Mover is like the posh side of Laventille. That's where the hoity-toities and them at now. No, I'm serious, I'm being real. Laventille, the name now, the Laventille East Mover name is just being brought down, is being decimated, and by these nuisance in society.
Yeah.
And it's such an influence now because young people doing the same thing. Plenty of my friends that I went to school with involved in crime and criminality, sitting down behind jail. I mean, I was there too, but I was there for protesting. Like influence, like jail nice.
Jail.
Jail not nice.
Well, depending on who you know us, it could be nice and it don't have to be nice.
It's not nice. But I mean, I give compliments to the Trinidad today, and I must say,
yes, kudos.
The police and Mover that is work. They don't walk, that does work. They don't walk. They
probably get the good garographic training.
They probably get a good garographic training. Yeah, that's you said. They does work, they don't walk, because they don't get them all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes they call police because, hey, look, shooting taking place down there. And
they show up 2 hours after. I never show up for 2 hours.
On some instances, you do see them responding on time. Yes. At least move. I think if we give them the proper vehicles and stuff like that, they're on point.
Yeah.
Right? And if we hire, and if we hire, we really need to really look into outsiders to clean up the police service. But I must give kudos to them here. And I passed by the area afterwards, like 45 minutes after, to see what was going on. And I spoke to an officer. It was really nice. He gave me the story as it is, and the officers were injured. He said no officers were injured, but police said just after 12 p.m. officers were on an exercise in response to a serious of area in recent times. Thank God it's Barataria. And we're in charge of Barataria. I think it's the same division, but still it's Barataria.
Kudos to them, and I believe we have a lot of law enforcers that actually doing their job, and we must say thank you, because they put their lives out there every single day for the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
They do. I mean, they
although
do.
you have,
look at this.
Yeah.
There's this thing, you know.
You don't know. You could have gone there and got shot, you know. And what? We just honor you, but you're in a box and you're not going to be in existence again.
In Trinidad, you don't get no honorary burial. You don't know that already. We don't do honorary burials in Trinidad.
Forgot.
We don't do that. But kudos to the police officers here, honestly. To the bandits, rest peacefully in hell.
Correct.
Because that is what you all deserve, to rest peacefully in hell for doing this, for trying to
rob people. You know, and they don't understand that when you do this to people, you traumatize people for the rest of their lives. Because when persons get robbed, they consistently look over their shoulder to see if somebody is coming. They never feel safe. They never feel at peace in their own minds and in their spirit because of the fact of what they have gone through, because of these lawless, reckless individuals.
Nuisance in society. Exactly. Such a nuisance in society. But outside of all of that, I don't know, I love the police service, and I love to harass the police service as well, in a good way. But outside of that, outside of they're doing the job yesterday and doing it so well, and now people looking at the police service and saying, yes, I support the Trinidad and Tobago
building back their confidence.
Who does PR for the police service? I mean, when Gary Griffith and his team was doing it, because he hired one set of people to do it, at least they were doing it well.
Yeah, correct.
You used to see videos of I support police service, I support, or they're doing the traffic offences, and people in the comments, you know, now people in the comments of the TTPS pages and saying, oh God, I'll leave you alone now. When Gary Griffith was, and you're seeing roadblocks, it was like, yeah, a little thing too. But people in the comments were like, well, if you have nothing to hide, the police service just doing the job.
Exactly, right? Exactly.
So that trust was being rebuilt in the police service there with Gary Griffith. And that is why he's a good commissioner of police. I don't know who doing PR for the police service that they have to, one day later, 24 hours after, 8 cops detained, 8 cops arrested. Who does that? Who does that?
It's from a good highlight.
You bring the whole service down now. I mean, I understand that 8 cops arrested and you want to have transparency and all kind of thing like that, huh?
Yes,
but you just come off of a very popular sting operation where you got 2 bandits shot and killed, but you saved the day.
But David, wait. So, but is it that they want to show you that even if you're a law enforcement...
No, but I know where you're going with that.
Exactly.
But even if that is what you want to show us, do it a week later or something.
A week?
Last
week,
a few days ago.
Absolutely not. Let them do it today. If they get the information today, release it today. The people of Trinidad and Tobago have the right to get the information at hand.
Right, listen, right after I am saying I support the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
That's right.
I am like 8 cops detained for questioning and fire and probe. 8 police officers have been detained in an ongoing investigation of bribe for firearm license.
Of course, them as criminals too.
Investigators assigned to the professional standards
lock them up,
led by Superintendent Martin Watchner, made the arrest on
kudos to Superintendent Martin. Kudos to you.
I want to tell him that too.
Justice must be all round.
Yeah, but oh God, just as we say yes, the service.
The PR might be shit, but people are working.
The PR terrible. Hey, listen, put Gary Griffith back in charge. Let Gary Griffith be commissioner again, because that would not have been the story. I'm telling you, it might have been a weekend. Weekend, he could have poured out something and say,
next week Monday, and people will say, what? They're really working. But nah, kudos.
Right after, you know.
Kudos.
I will say I support, and I watching police officers and are saying yes, for they doing all their job finally.
Yeah.
And now 8 cops arrested less than 24 hours after. Like, nah, man, what we doing? Yeah. It really shows now that and it's not that I'm saying they can't do their job, and if they found corruption, lock them up. I am saying that in the court of public opinion,
timing is everything. PR. You need a little work, right? But they're doing the work. They're doing the work, and we are happy that we are seeing that even if you're a law enforcer, once you're doing nonsense, once you are disobeying the law, once you are not being a law-abiding citizen, because before the uniform, before the uniform, you are a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, and there are laws that you must uphold as well. And if you're not doing so, then the law will deal with you. So
yes, I 100% agree with the officers being charged
yes,
or locked up because they were arrested. I believe charged. Did the article say charged? No, just detained for questioning. Right? They were detained for questioning. But outside of just detaining these officers for questioning, what about in Mover, Laventille once again with Akil Chambers? Any Akil Chambers? Oh, good. Noel Diamond Jacobs.
That's a big story, you know. I wish they detained people for that.
Well, we can talk about that, yeah. But Noel Diamond Jacobs and the 3 men in Mover Laventille that were shot and killed, and also Onella Graves that was shot and killed at the hands. And put his camera directly on me. Come to me alone. Quick. At the hands of police officers in Laventille East Movement. Onella Graves, Noel Diamond Jacob, and the rest of them that were killed at the hands of police officers in Trinidad and Tobago. And Onella Graves from Beetham was pregnant at the time. She was shot for protesting alone.
Yeah.
She didn't have a firearm in her hand. She was shot for protesting at the hands of police officers in Trinidad and Tobago. Go back to the clips and watch that. As we wind down tonight, Trinidad and Tobago, I'd like to say that all of the advertisements in this show was sponsored by, well, I shouldn't sponsored, but it was brought by the Citizens Union to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And if you would like to get your ad here, firstly, contact the Citizens Union. How do you contact the Citizens Union, Precious? You can contact Felicia Hola, I believe, who is the chairman, and also she is the chief coordinating officer.
Correct.
No, anyway, let me give you Felicia Hola number, right? Call Felicia Hola or WhatsApp Felicia Hola at 769-4590. That is 769-4590. For those of you that would like to sponsor the Progressive Empowerment Party billboards, because you know we've been doing billboards for the election.
Yes, correct.
If you'd like to donate to the Progressive Empowerment Party, contact Felicia Hola 769-4590 and become a donor today. A donor.
Yeah.
Hey,
donor.
become a donor today, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
What's next, brother? What's next? Y'all will see some real nice developments for what's next.
Correct, guys. What's next? We have our lovely cue cards.
Yep.
What's next? So you know, once you see these, once we pull out these, you know we have a lot of stories in store for you guys, and we have a lot of opinions, and our opinions do matter.
It does.
Because we are citizens of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and we always dip our fingers to vote, because if you're not a voter, then you can't say anything. You can't. But if you do vote and you do ink your finger and have that stain, as you just say, stain your finger and vote people into government, then your say matters. Yes?
Right now, I'm watching this headline here still, and I want to know who let Kangaroo out, you know. Kangaroo, go back in your zoo, Missy. Go back in your zoo. Go back in your zoo.
Take care. She will just be president, and you never know. She might just be speaking much more than the current one.
I mean,
she might be an effective president of Trinidad and Tobago.
I want to see her remove Rowley. Remove Rowley. Let me see how effective you are. Remove Keith Christopher Rowley as Prime Minister.
She has the power to do so.
Well, technically. A little bit. Trinidad and Tobago, stay safe. Have an awesome one tonight. Youth Arm Chairman David Welch, Special Scripture Women's Arm Chairman to the Progressive Empowerment Party. Stay safe and enjoy your night tonight.
Good night, everyone.
Right back here on Friday.
On Friday.
At 8 p.m. Right?
You never know what might be next.
8 p.m. on Friday.
You might be next. David might be next.
What's next and what? The next in line to be. All right. This party, the Progressive Empowerment Party, is the next succession from the People's National Movement.
That's
the
right.
Prime Minister, we are selecting. I'm electing.
As they say, if you dream it, you can have it.
I thought I see it. Anyway, good night. We go have an awesome one. Stay safe. Good night.